All right, somebody get me a margarita before I start this. 5 shots of tequila. This one's gonna be a doozy. All right, welcome back. Let's get started with what I've been doing with my life. Hasn't been much, but we've been making very slow progress. Mental health is 0. Honda's health is 0. All right, so I know I've been kind of quiet ever since I built the Honda and I did those 2 events. Well, the last event didn't go as according to plan. Bracketazo Parapapa. Friday, right? They did a couple rounds of qualifying. I get there kind of late. Obviously, I work Thursday nights. I get home around about 4 a.m. So I got about 3 hours of sleep. Get there, get a good parking spot all the way at the back of the track in Zimbabwe. They're like, oh, you just missed, the first round of qualifying. So the second round I am waiting for. I'm in the staging lanes. There are so many cars for the class that I'm in that I'm like, I don't even know. The staging lanes are completely full. So I tried my hardest to get my shift covered Friday night so that I could do this round of qualifying. Obviously, nobody wanted to help me out. They don't really take race cars seriously at my job. They think it's a joke. Nobody wanted to cover my shift for me. That was a good night. So I started waiting. I was in the staging lanes for, I don't even know, an hour or 2. Ended up having to take my car out of the staging lanes and go return it back to the trailer because it was time for me to go to work. I brought my work bag with me, left the track, took my fire suit off, went straight to work, started bartending all night. Again, got home at 4 o'clock in the morning. At this point, I'm on 6 hours of sleep for the whole entirety of the weekend. Just barely hanging on by the threads. Saturday morning, they called the girls bracket class up first to do their round of qualifying because they planned on doing the first round of eliminations on Saturday. They called us up. I'm thinking, right away, it's 10 a.m. We're going to get a good pass in. The temperature's good. It's not too hot just yet, and the track is probably going to be good. It's going to be a good pass for us. Well, they ended up calling about 5 other classes at the same time. And as we're sitting there waiting patiently, it's 9 girls in the bracket class. 9 of us ended up showing up. They end up running all 5 other classes before they let the girls do their qualifying pass. I put timestamps on the video so that you guys can kind of follow along to see a realistic idea of like what we're going through. End up buying 2 tech cards. I brought the Pro Import tech card, which is $9.99 or quicker, and I bought the girls bracket class tech card. I buy 2 tech cards typically so that I have more qualifying passes because I do habitually miss Fridays. Obviously, I always work and nobody will pick up for me and cover my shifts for me whenever there's a race event. So we did our qualifying pass at like 12:30, and then there was like a rain delay. and the rain delay was a couple hours long. We ended up going home, eating, and coming back to the track. I didn't know they were doing the chip pool. I doubt that they announced it on the intercom. I wasn't all the way in Zimbabwe at the back of the track, so I got a phone call saying, hey, you better come up here, they're about to do the chip pool. So I rush up there real quick, and they're doing the chip pool, but they're doing all the rules in Spanish, so I have no idea what they're saying. Thankfully, the guy that is doing the chip pool actually is a really good guy. He does help me out a lot, and he ended up doing the rules in English for me, so that's like plus 50 points to Gryffindor, because thanks for looking out for me and making me feel included.
Sammy has no idea what they're saying right now.
So let's go ahead. We have two hats. 4 chasing one, 4 chasing the other one. The 2 number ones on each other, the 2 number twos, and so on. So go ahead. Number one, to the lanes. Yeah.
On time.
Number three.
Are we racing a pro mod? Okay. I don't know. Marcus said rear wheel drive.
Huh? She has a red 0.8 rear wheel drive. She's on the second cup.
And the last one, number 4.
She said, what is it?
The one that's on the shirt.
Too, and I like supporting the other women that are there racing, and I love this class because it's cool to meet the other girls that are racing. We all have different kinds of cars. Some of us have Hondas, some of us have Pro Mods. It's just a cool experience to see all of us together, you know, united, racing together. I thought this was super weird whenever they did the chip pool. They put the bye run in the first place. This is the first time that I've actually ever seen them do a ladder in any of the Spanish events. This is the first time I've ever seen them do a ladder. So they put the bye run in the first place, which I've never seen that before. I'm pretty sure that's just common to put the bye run last. So then they put the number 1s in the number 2 place, which I pulled the number 2 chip, and me and my opponent were put under number 5, which is the opposite side of the ladder, which I think that would be normal if it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, but it clearly says the 2 number 1s go in this spot, the 2 number 2s go in this spot. And ended up somehow, weirdly enough, that all the Hondas ended up on the same side together, and all the Pro Mods ended up on the same side together. Yes, I do understand that, like, maybe the Pro Mods should be on the same side together so that the Pro Mods may not have to be on the 2-step so long, because the Hondas do take, you know, quite a few seconds longer to make it down the track, and you're sitting there. It is bracket, so that whatever your dial time is, your dial time. But at the end of the day, is that fair, making all the Hondas go against each other and making all the Pro Mods go against each other? It should just be no chip pool if you're going to do it like that, you know? You should just do it how, oh, yeah, we're going to do the Hondas against each other and the Pro Mods against each other, and then try to make everything, you know? I don't know whoever did the ladder doesn't really make much sense. However, do I protest? Not really, because at the end of the day, most events at Orlando Speed World, you really just got to find like a guy that has the piece of paper that has everybody's names on it about who you're going against. You probably have to tell them some sort of secret password to get to see the paper. If not, you just show up to the staging lanes and they go, hey, you're going against the fastest guy in the class, good luck, bye. You know? It only happens to me. Probably because I'm the only girl in the class, and like, hey, you're going against the guy that's won every single event for the last 15 years, round 1 of eliminations, good luck, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like eventually that's going to work against them, because once I do start beating the number 1 driver, then I'm just going to be murdering everybody all the time, and then how are they going to feel? Like, we're not going to be doing no protesting. I never protested, so nobody better protest against me. But I'm not crying. Why are you crying? You a grown-ass man.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this white Puerto Rican boy.
Mom.
Habla mucho, buenos días.
I'm doing one more qualifying pass in my pro import class so I can get a little bit better of a time, because earlier obviously I short shifted every year, and I have this qualifying pass to see if I can get closer to the 9.0. That might be what I dial in for the girls bracket class, and hopefully we'll just stay consistent 9.0. If not, even if I break out of the 9.0 and I run an 8 second, it's still a win for me. My thoughts are everywhere. All right, so that pass for the qualifying for the pro import, I ended up not dumping the clutch all the way for the burnout, so the burnout sucked, and then I ended up staging, and I ran through the staging lights because I slipped the clutch too much and handbrake didn't hold it. So fucked that up, and then I did first and second good, where I'm supposed to, and then third, I've been trying to palm it as much as I can so that I don't, because I did do the 1-2-1, I want that shit to go into third, and I missed it completely. So we got some good data though, and now we're gonna do the first round of eliminations
For the girls class.
for the girls class. Today, the girls bracket class ended up just being absolutely terrible for me. I just had a bad day overall because I was on no sleep and I was just trying my hardest just to even figure out how to drive the car or even where I was. I was probably just in a delusional state, like just, I don't know how many energy drinks I drank, but it was a lot. Just trying to survive and keep up, and after a long day of just like waiting in the hot sun also adds to the delirium of no sleep. The girl that I went against, I ended up red lighting because my hand slipped off the handbrake and just ran straight through the beams. So I lost that, and the next morning the girl came up to me and she told me that she ended up blowing the engine. So she was out of the race too, which is unfortunate because if I would have beat her then I would still be in it. But it doesn't matter anyways, I still had my pro import class to run. But whenever I did that last run at the end of the night, fourth wouldn't engage, and that was the second time that fourth fourth gear wouldn't engage, so I thought that maybe I chipped one of the dog. Rounded off one of the dog ears. So Robert take the car around the track through the pits and see if he can engage fourth. It did go into fourth. The first round of eliminations for Robert, the other guy red lit and said that he wanted to do a rematch. Imagine if I told that to the girl in the bracket class, hey, I wanted to do a rematch. They probably would have all looked at me and laughed, made a meme out of me. But then whenever I did the pro import, I got paired up with the guy that ended up winning, I think, second place all around. I did a good light, and I was in front of him for like the entirety of the race until I hit fourth, and fourth wouldn't go in. As you can see on the video, it just kind of like shoots back out, wouldn't take it. So I don't know if that wasn't me just having no strength for no sleep the whole entire weekend, but that was something that definitely killed me. Robert ended up going to the semifinals. We probably would have won the whole entire thing, but in the semifinals he dialed in 11.30, ended up doing 11.299 with a freaking 9 and a 0.05 reaction time. The other guy did like a 1:48 reaction time. He dialed at 11.50 and did 11.54. At that point you just kind of like let Robert just take the win, because it's like what, 100,000ths of a second loss. Like you just broke out by, you know, like the wind could have been behind you, or you know, something else. Next time we go to the track, we're gonna dial in like 11.2999999 down the whole entire fucking thing, and then what are they gonna do? Yeah. Like come up with a. Unfortunately, for some reason, I couldn't get it into 4th gear the whole entire weekend, and I kind of lost a lot of races with that. I was on 3 hours of sleep, so I don't know if it's my fault or the car's fault. Like maybe I hurt something. So we pulled up the transmission. We checked everything. It looked fine. Very little metal shavings were in it, but it's a brand new dog box, so I think that's what it is to be expected. So we checked the dog box. We put everything back together. We're about to put the transmission back in. I know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you notice that obviously I work on jack stands on the floor in my garage, and it's not so easy putting the transmission back up and forth with just 2 people. I'm small. He can't do the whole entire transmission by himself. So it's kind of dangerous just doing it this way. In all entirety, the whole entire thing is just super sketchy. So I looked at those 3 different jacks, our transmission jacks, and thankfully Robert's dad had one, so we didn't have to spend the $224 on it, because you know I'm cheap and I don't like to spend any money. So we are borrowing that because he hasn't used it in a long time. So we're gonna try it out. We only have the little jack stands on the car right now. We're gonna see how much clearance it is with that transmission jack and see what we can navigate and see how useful it is. We know that we're gonna need this transmission jack for the Honda a lot because we take it in and out, and it's just a team of 2 of us. Also, the other cars are all rear-wheel drive. Those are big transmissions. Super helpful taking in and out of the rear-wheel drive transmissions. Also, the new project, which is right here, it's hidden still. I think there's a transmission leak from this one, so we're gonna have to pull this transmission out. That's gonna be after we register and do a couple pulls, after I introduce it to you guys. I know there's some things that we need to do to it still, so that's why I haven't unveiled it yet. But let's get started with the Honda. Holy shit, this shit's heavy. All right, like I always say, this is why we work out, right?
Maze is helping.
Yeah, she's about to bite me. Work. What I signed myself up for.
You ready? Gotta get this shit in today.
What do we do? Put the transmission on and toe strap it?
Yeah, you could do that, but I mean, you could just adjust those things and probably make it work. Yeah, we'll see.
Like this?
Yep, but we'll see. We'll figure it out.
How do I put it down?
I gotta blow it up though. Blow it off. It's just fucking nasty.
How does this operate?
It's like a jack, and
Is
then
this the thing that loosens it? What pushes it down? You know? Is this its lowest form?
no, you got those adjustables. You see the little adjustable knobs?
This?
Yep.
Oh, this just angles it.
I have no clue. I haven't worked with. I've never used one of these before.
So this has got to be its lowest setting, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, we don't have to go up a little bit then. You just have to set that there and then roll it in.
Yeah, we're just gonna push this all the way in, right? And then maneuver
Yeah.
the transmission onto this once it's already underneath the car. It's not like we can slide the whole entire thing in there.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew that was what was gonna be the problem, but right now the options are very limited. So we gotta do what we gotta do. I know a lot of people said to use a lift table, but that's not gonna fit underneath this. And I know a lot of people said this probably won't work with small jacks, but we don't have any big jacks, right?
Jack stands?
The big ones.
No, we gotta
Well,
get some. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get, what is it, the quick jacks or pro jacks or whatever the fuck it is that you hang on the wall.
I don't know. Pro jacks are nice.
So,
Pro jacks are real nice.
this is how you jack it up? No, this is how you look. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so I know I've been on the quest for the 8 seconds. I didn't get to achieve it last time. I've been really down about it because obviously the last time at the event I didn't do so well. I've come to a couple of conclusions that I'm gonna need to fix for the car to be able to do 8 seconds. I noticed that my tires are rotating on the wheel, so I do need to get like a single bead lock. I think that would help out my 60-foot. And then I need to get the bigger throttle body, probably the Ross, because this one is still sticking. I need to do the spacer for my manifold too. I'm not sure if I'll be able to complete that. I'm gonna go out there again and try it with just how it's sitting right now, see how close we can get to 8 seconds. I know it's gonna be difficult. I know it's really hot outside. I'm gonna do it at a night test in June. So hopefully we can get that before we switch everything over. If not, we're definitely gonna need to get the spacer, do the different piping. You know, there's a lot of other things that we're gonna need to be able to switch. I need to change it to the front facing.
That's up to you. But no.
I don't know if that would help like make me faster, you know?
Yeah. I know the headlight, making a hole in the headlight would help maybe a couple mile an hour, but
Making a hole in the headlight?
yeah, but
I
I don't.
just bought these.
I know. So I haven't done
It's
it.
expensive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it like this for
Yeah.
now.
Probably give you
But,
like a couple mile an hours.
What about the intercooler?
Unless you go front face. And I mean, you have to change the intercooler if you go front face.
Definitely want to change the injectors. We're not sure that these are working. For some reason, the whole entirety of this car's life, I've always had issues with the car idling and misfiring. Like, if it's not warmed up enough. I don't know if it's the injectors are just not working properly, but it's just always been an issue. And the only time I ever do a good pass is if the car's warmed up enough, right?
That, or I don't know, it's just like a hit or miss, it seems like.
Yeah, it could be either or. And now I have the issue of it overheating.
It's not overheating, it's just like it's running hotter than
Yeah, before it's
Yeah.
running hotter. And like I said at the last one, I don't know if it's running hotter because it's a CSS block and there's not water running through entirely. I mean, it's running a lot hotter than it used to. So I don't know if that's an issue. If you guys know anything about the CSS that would make your cars run hotter, mine's running hotter. I don't know how to eliminate that. We did burp the system. We changed out the water temperature sensor, right, for the fan switch. So we changed all that out. It helped a little bit. The last event wasn't so hot, but then again, it was a cooler event. That Bradenton event was really hot.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm just kind of taking the summer off right now. I'm gonna do some testing tunes to get my seat time in, see if I can get that 8 seconds. And then the next event, we're definitely gonna be racing the Ross Index. We're gonna drive all the way up there. That's gonna be my farthest event away from home so far. I haven't been to another state and raced just yet. So nervous about it just because my setup, my rig is actually not that reliable. It is a 2000 Ford F350. It's given me a lot of problems in the past. I know the 7.3 is reliable, but the truck itself is just old. It's 24 years old. It's very sketchy to trust your whole entire program on it, my life, my car, like everything. Hopefully she does me good. She hasn't done me bad yet, towing. So fingers crossed we make it there and back and we compete. So that's it. You want me to touch it? Nifty little trans jack. Got the job done quicker than we normally do. And then with less people. I hate like talking so negatively, but like this is really the experience of every single event. Is like if you take a look at my Bradenton events, everything is so happy, everything's so smooth, we're having a great time, you know, everybody's happy. Like everything is just fair and even. So
it's like a better environment.
Yeah, the whole entire environment is just more friendly. Like whenever I remember coming off the end of the track after my girls race, and I'm coming down the return lane. It's pitch black, and there's two guys that are drunk on a four-wheeler riding around together. For what reason, nobody knows. He expected me to drive my race car out of the way onto the grass and let his all-terrain vehicle drive on the road. He literally tried to hit my race car with his four-wheeler and got so aggressive that like I'm like, what is the issue? I just got off the racetrack. What are you doing at the end of the racetrack making people's race cars? I have slicks on. I can't go into the dirt. What is wrong with you? Slicks cost $700. So what in your mentality thinks it's okay to treat other people like that? It's just an unfriendly environment, very unwelcoming. Like I just can't even begin. Like you see me trying to record Robert go into the staging lanes, and one of the guys with the event shirts on is flailing his arms in my face for some reason. I don't understand what it is. I don't know if I'm just like invisible. Like I'm so friendly, I'm so nice. I come and support every event. I always post that I'm there. I tell all my people that I'm gonna be there. I tell people to come bring their cars out, you know. Oh, at the end of the event, Robert got third place. So I think it was $300 for third place. The guy that is hosting the event is also the one that organized the whole entire girls bracket class. So he knows who I am. You have to. There's only 9 girls. I mean, and I think I'm the only blonde one there. So I don't know, 6 red cars here and 1 blue car. You're going to forget the 1 blue car? No, so you know who I am. You recognize me. I'm wearing my fire suit still. Guy is acting like we didn't win third place and we're trying to steal $300 because we have nothing better to do. We're there. We're just hanging out there at 1 o'clock in the morning. We don't want to go home. We want the $300. Like I didn't just buy $1,000 worth of tech cards the day before. Like I really need $300. No, we are there because Robert won the $300. He's proud of winning third place. It takes a lot of effort whenever you have to go 6 rounds in a bracket class to be able to win third place. So he just wanted to win or get his winning money and we could go home.
I just wanted a trophy.
Yeah, we wanted a trophy. But at that point it was like, why the heck do we even stay around? apparently knows Spanish when Robert tried to tell him that we were trying to collect the third place money. So I walk up and talk in English, and then immediately he understood what I was saying. Good thing that he knew how, so we could go home, because it was a very long night. I think we got home at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is my third day on 6 hours of sleep. Still cutting better lights than everybody. The reason why like I kind of been quiet, this event was at the beginning of May, the first week of May, and I built this Honda with my bare hands in the garage in the middle of like 100-degree weather in 1 or 2 weeks. I'm exhausted, and then I show up to support somebody's event, and it's just absolutely devastating. Like, I worked so hard for this, and like I come to support, you know, and like it's just unwelcoming. It's just like not rewarding at all. Like, why do we, as far as going to the World Sport Compact Challenge in October, absolutely not. It's not it. You know, I am going to show up to, I'm going to show up to the Ross Index class at SGMP. Going to show up to that one, support somebody else that actually races with us. It's a fair player. I'm also going to go to FL2K. That's a good event to race. What other ones? I'm just trying to think of different options that, like, you know, maybe more positive. Like, look out for videos of me racing at those other events and see like the difference of my demeanor. And like, this is also another reason why I have been looking for either an American car or like more of a street car, kind of want to take a little step back and only do a few actual drag race events a year.
Right, 4 or 5.
Yeah, and why have a race car that you do, you know, 1 or 2 8-second passes for a 16-hour day? Build a street car. It's more fun. You get to enjoy it. Nobody's telling you what you can and cannot do with your street car. You know, take your street car to a testing scene. I bet you could do like 12 passes in the testing scene, and there's like 600 people there. You know,
6 passes within like an hour.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, way more fun. So anyways, stay tuned for the new street car that I'm unveiling this week. Definitely going to be doing a lot of street car fun stuff and a lot of drifting this summer. A lot more exciting, a lot more positivity, and good vibes. So like and subscribe for more.